Former National Security Advisor Susan Rice, meanwhile, will testify before the House Intelligence Committee about Russia's actions during the 2016 election campaign. Joining us now, former Congressman Pete Hoekstra, a Republican from Michigan and former chairman of the House Intelligence Committee. She, of course, claims that she had been targeted because of her race and gender since this news has come out. So your reaction to that? Representative?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Charles. You're coming in and out a little bit, but I'm glad that Susan Rice is going to be testifying. There's lots of issues. Obviously, she can talk about what they perceived as Russian involvement in the 2016 election. She can also identify why the administration decided not to do anything. Was it because they saw that there was no material impact on the election? She'll also have to address the issue of unmasking. How often was she unmasking people? Why were these individuals unmasked? Who were they? Was it for national security or was it for political reasons? Hopefully the committee gets information beforehand that enables them to be prepared for this hearing, and it will be an interesting hearing, although it will be in secret.
Yeah, and that rubs a lot of people the wrong way, because if there are any revelations out of this, then how do we know? What would be the next step, and could something ultimately happen where she appears before the American public?
I doubt that you'll see her testifying in public in front of the American people. You know, I had wished that when the Intelligence Committee said that she was going to come and testify, they would have laid it out to her, and they said, number one, you're going to come. You can come either voluntarily or we will subpoena you. There will be a public portion to this, and there will be a classified portion. Obviously, a lot of this information, especially what the Russians did, I mean, we still really don't have a good insight into what the Russians actually did, other than hacked into the DNC and into John Podesta's emails. But other than that, what else did they do, or what were they planning to do? I think a lot of that could be covered in public testimony, and I think the American people would want to hear that.
I'm pretty sure you're absolutely correct. I do have one more for you. The president spoke with Prime Minister Shinzo Abe of Japan, and they spoke about the North Korean threat and their unity. They're all united about putting some pressure on this regime. And, of course, the G20 meeting is coming up. What do you think is going to happen with respect to a united global front to finally diminish the threat that grows every single day under this rogue regime?
Well, let's not be too optimistic here in terms of a global strategy. Let's just hope that, number one, we can get the South Koreans and the Japanese all on the same page. Obviously, that's been a priority for this president from the day after he was elected. He's put a lot of emphasis in having top-level meetings and trips and engagements with Japan and South Korea. Let's get them on board. Let's get the Chinese more involved in this process, not to give us words of encouragement, but to actually change North Korean behavior. And let's make sure that we get the Democrats and Republicans in the U.S. Senate on the same page so that North Korea sees a unified front. If we can get Russia, our European allies on board, that would be great. The real country to watch here, though, is what is Iran going to do?
Yeah. All right, Representative Hoekstra, thank you very much, and thanks for coming in.